Sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Check the file equal to here from line. Yeah, okay, so introduction to Java. What is Java? Java is a high level programming language. So I think these things you know already.
Yeah.
Okay. So your Java is secure and robust high level object oriented programming language.
Hmm.
And any software or hardware environment in which a program runs is known as a platform. So Java has its own runtime environment, which is JRE, and
Okay.
its own virtual machine, which is JVM. Okay.
JVM. Yeah.
And okay, Java follows the concept of write once, run anywhere. So that's why it is better than any other programming language. So you don't have to modify it for different operating systems because you ultimately will get your code compiled into bytecode and it can run anywhere. So
Okay.
application of Java, you have desktop application, web. So there are numerous amount of things you can do, which is these desktop, web, mobile, enterprise, smart card, embedded, games, robotics, etc. So history, we can talk. We have James Gosling who created this, and we have yeah mainly you can just name him James Gosling in
Okay.
1991, and initially it was called Green Talk, later it was called Oak, then open source software produced by Sun Microsystem. Leave it. We don't need these much history. Now what we have feature of Java. So first thing is it
Yeah.
is object oriented.
Hmm.
Cool. So which is object class in inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. So in Java, everything is an object, as you've already seen this.
Hmm.
You have to create an object of everything. Java can be easily extended since it is based on object model, and by extended it means you can inherit it anywhere. So
Okay.
it can do the like it is the inheritance concept which it is talking about. And after that, we have platform independent things. So unlike many other programming language, including C, C++, when Java is compiled, it is compiled into a bytecode. Okay, so that bytecode is distributed over the web and interpreted by the JVM. So yeah, that's why it is platform independent because it gets compiled into bytecode. And bytecode is basically you can run it anywhere if you have JVM. Okay, cool. So it is simple. Yeah, this is based on your perspective, but it is simple. If you have experience in Java, you'll definitely say it's a simple language. Because the only thing which you have to master is the object-oriented concept, and if you know this, then it's a piece of cake for you to write Java code. At least you'll be able to understand it very well because
Hmm.
everything is so systematic in Java that you won't face any issue while reading the Java code. So it is secure as well because um, Java is secure because there are multiple reasons for it. Because Java have a very good um, development team, you can say, which modifies it and updates it, create new releases every 6 months. So you
Oh,
always get something new and something modified and enhanced. So yeah, it's a secure feature is to enables to develop virus-free, tamper-free systems, and that is the main reason why every enterprise software, if you talk about any banking applications and all, so most of them are written in Java.
okay. I used to think Java is not used only nowadays.
Yeah, no, that's not the case. Even my client currently is a banking firm, and there also for the APIs we use Java,
Okay.
Java and Spring Boot these things.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a really good language, really secure, and it generates an architecture neutral object file format, which makes the compiled code executable on. Okay, you won't be able to remember it anyway, so let's leave it. Then it is portable. Okay, so because you can run it anywhere, if you have a JVM, you can run it anywhere. So it is portable,
Okay.
and compiler in Java is written in ANSI C with a clean. We don't have to go through this. This is very deep. You don't have to.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're
I
going to
wrote.
write in your exam, so you can just go through this again and just write something so that you can get marks. And then you
Yeah.
have
Okay.
robust. So it makes an effort to eliminate error-prone situations by emphasizing mainly on compile time error checking and runtime checking. You can say robust, yeah, but once you get error, and if you can't solve it, then you know, um, ultimately you have to put more efforts. So Java will definitely make efforts by doing the compile time errors, but yeah, for the logical errors and for the runtime errors, you have to see. And it is multi-threaded as well, so we can write programs that can perform many tasks simultaneously. So what is multi-threaded? So let's say if your program is running on a thread, or maybe if your program is running on a machine, then you have multiple
Okay.
machines where you can run multiple programs. Okay, for example, what we talk about multi-thread. So you can see we
Mm-hmm.
are running OBS here, we are running Chrome here, then Microsoft To Do. So we can run many
Mm-hmm.
things simultaneously. But you will,
Mm.
so that is basically because you have the multi-threaded feature.
Okay.
And yeah, so this is your multi-threaded. Then we have interpreted. So Java bytecode is translated on the fly to native machine instruction and is not stored anywhere. The development process is more rapid and analytical since the linking is an incremental. So I don't know. Uh, Leave it, man. Now it is high performance. So with the use of just-in-time compilers. Yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
think you might get question for the just-in-time compiler. So let's search it. So just open Copilot here. And, so JIT compiler. So it is Java's secret weapon for runtime performance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what is JIT compiler? So it is part of JRE, part of runtime environment, like the JVM in Java, that translates bytecode into native machine code. So JIT will translate the bytecode into native machine code while the program is running. Okay, so it will do
Okay.
it simultaneously. This is different from ahead of time compilers. So there are other compilers as well, like AOT compiler, which compiles everything before execution. So it compiles everything before execution, but JIT compiler will compile everything while running the program. And why do we use JIT? So for the speed boost, native machine code runs faster than interpreted bytecode. Smarter optimization. So this question might come because this is a good one, and it will anybody can ask in interviews as well. So you have to go through JIT. So it will basically a kind of a speed boost, or maybe you can say smart optimization, where the JIT compiler analyze runtime behavior and optimize frequently used code parts. So it is a part of runtime environment that translate bytecode into native machine code while the programming. So this is a good definition.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think for now JIT is good. So high performance, why it is high performance? With the use of JIT compilers, Java enables high performance. Okay.
Yeah.
So after that we have distributed. So Java is designed for the distributed environment of the internet. So this is something you have to remember. There is nothing that I can explain.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic. It is considered to be more dynamic than C or C++ since it is designed to adapt to an evolving environment. It can carry extensive amount of runtime information. Okay, now so now we'll go to the OOPS concept. So object means a real world entity such as pen, chair, table, etc. And for in your case, I can give you an example that you have a form. Okay, so you have a
Mm-hmm.
form. Once you fill that form, then you have some data in that form, right?
Okay.
So that data, that complete data and that whole pack, you can call it object. And the form itself, the template of the form, you can call it a class. Okay.
Class. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you're going to bank and you want to deposit some amount. So they give you some
Mm-hmm.
form. Yeah, you can write your details in that form and send
Mm-hmm.
it to the bank employee, and he will do the task. Okay. But
Yes, sir.
and that form, you can call it a class because that form is same for everybody, right? But the details which you write in that form will be different. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when you fill the detail, you create the object of that form. So you create the object of that class. So you say, this is my object, and this will have some reference, and this is a different one. If somebody else creates their own object, then they have a different object. You have a different object. You can submit that object to the banking employee, and he will then do the further process. Okay. So I hope
Okay.
now you're able to understand the class and object very well. That
Very well,
class,
sir. I never understood. I used to be confused. What is class? What is? I used to think it's just something constant that we have to mention while writing the code. Now I know what it means.
yeah. So the class is basically your blueprint. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can easily answer what is class. So it's just a blueprint, and it is used to create objects. Okay.
Yes.
Now object means a real world entity. So now I hope this makes sense to you now.
Yes,
Such
sir.
as your filled banking application
Mm-hmm.
or pen or chair, etc. So pen, you can call it, it is a part of a stationary items, right? So you
Yeah.
can say that stationary item is your class and
Class.
pen is your object of that class.
Yes.
And then you have object oriented is a methodology or paradigm to design a program using classes and objects. So yeah, you have four pillars of object oriented concept, which are inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if any language follows these concept or paradigm, you can say that it is a object oriented language. Okay. Now to
Yes, sir.
write a simple program, I hope the first thing we did is the installing the JDK and giving it a path and setting, yeah, so and setting the path, but we used JDK installer, so it automatically set the path for you. Otherwise, you have to go to your edit system and let me check. Edit the system environment variable, and here you can set the path for Java. So let me see if I have set it. So I think I did it here with a different name. So yeah, you can see we have a Java path and all. So you can mention all the
Yeah.
paths here. Yeah. And after that, we created the first Java program. So you know all that, compile and run and all.
Hmm.
Yeah, so these things, this is just telling you how to set up the path, but we are not going through this. So let's leave it. And the popular Java editors is IntelliJ IDEA first of all. I'll prefer it over anything. And after that, you can use Eclipse and then maybe NetBeans or whatever VS Code. So the first one which comes to my mind is IntelliJ IDEA, and you should always use it because it is very easy and very catchy, you know, attractive and all.
Yeah.
So the next thing is what is JVM? So Java Virtual Machine. So it is an abstract machine. I don't know what this means, but it is a specification that provides runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. So it gives a runtime environment for a Java code, so a Java bytecode, so that it can be executed. And it is platform independent because you can get that software and get it installed in any machine and run your Java code over there.
Okay.
Now, more details about JVM. So I don't think this is much important. So, but its implementation is known as JRE. Now, there is one question which will come, that what is the difference between JVM and JRE? So JVM is a part of JRE. You can say if there is a bigger circle, if there is a bigger box, so that box is JRE, and inside that we have JVM.
Yeah, so JVM is a part of JRE.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, to me it looks like, even sometimes I get confused, but let's check. Yeah, why do we bother? Is JVM part of JRE? Let's see. Absolutely. So first thing first, we have JDK. So that's what you download and install, right? Now this JDK contains your JRE plus development tools. And what is JRE? JRE is basically comprised of JVM and some code libraries. Okay. So yeah, you can say the topmost level is JDK, where you have your inside that JDK, you have your JRE and some development tools. And in your JRE, you have your JVM and some code libraries. And your JVM, you have your execution engine, which compiles your bytecode. So you can say JRE is the box and JVM is one of the items inside that box. Cool.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So I hope that is clear now. Now, what does JVM performs? So it loads the code, it verifies the code, it executes the code, it provides the runtime environment, and it provides definition for the memory. These things you have to remember. Like you need to learn and remember simply.
Yeah.
You can't understand all of it. Even if you understand, you will forget maybe. But yeah, you have a memory, you have a class, file format, register set, garbage, and I don't know, settle error reporting, etc. So this is your .java file. It gets compiled using Java C. Then it converts into bytecode, which is your dot class, and then it gets executed by JVM in your different machines. So again, these things are same. You don't have to go through it again. So Java compiler translates the Java source code into by blah blah. Yeah, so that's why Java is portable. You can use it anywhere.
Yeah, in any whatever Linux, Windows, Mac, whatever.
Yeah, correct. Now your Java program is a collection of objects that come. Yeah, come on, leave it. Yeah, so a class, it's a blueprint
Uh-huh.
or a template,
Uh-huh.
and that describes the behavior or state of the object. So yeah, that's cool. So class is declared by use of the class keyword. So we use a class keyword
Mm-hmm.
and we give it a class name, and there is some certain attributes and their data type. Um, why did they give such a hectic example? I don't know. Leave it. Yeah, so okay, these things not so cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
suppose
these
we have,
teachers, sir, they just write these notes. Maybe they'll be of 3, 4 years ago, but just
yeah,
because they don't want to write their own notes, they just come with this and teach what is important.
okay, so yeah, the even the syntax is not correct, so just don't follow this.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
there is one other notes which is like simplified. The one I told you now, that one
we don't
is
want
like
this.
just for
Yeah,
passing.
we don't want the simplified version, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
you can
Sure,
use
sir.
that later, maybe before your exams.
Exam, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe on the day of your exam, in the morning you can just go through it. For
Yes, sir.
now, we need to go deeper so that each and every, at least you know everything that you have been through these things, and
Yes,
after that you can just do the recap, and yeah, that's it.
it will be easier.
Yeah, much easier for you. I mean, I go through this. I completed my engineering like this. I
Uh-huh.
only studied for maybe 3 or 4 days before exams, and that's how I prepared everything.
Because on a daily basis, you are going through these things like notes, right? Or
No,
like
not
you're
on the daily
studying.
basis. No, I do this before. Maybe you can say just 1 week before exams.
Oh, okay. Actually, sir, my diploma and my other engineering, I did the same way. Like I used to study on my own and then with the notes. But then in my fifth semester, I got a little distracted. So yeah.
No worries, man. It's like part of life.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have object in Java. So physical as well as logical entity. I mean, you can write it like this, but you know how to describe an object. So it is something which, when you, um, it's a real world entity. You can say Java object is a real world entity,
Okay.
and what has it has three characteristics. You can just remember it, learn it, whatever you can do. But there's not much to explain for in an object. So it have some state, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It represents some data, some value. It have some behavior, okay? Such as it might be having some functions, right? So suppose
Mm-hmm.
if your class have some functions inside it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go through it. Let me let me tell you what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So suppose this is your vehicle class, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
close it. So if you have some function inside it, like you have some take insurance function inside your class vehicle, then if
Mm-hmm.
you create an object of this class, then you have that behavior. So you can call it behavior, that you can call this method and get something, right? You
Mm-hmm.
get the amount of issued, which is loan, like loan issued amount and all. So it represents the behavior or functionality of an object, such as some functions like deposit, withdraw. The better example to give is the bank account application, which we were working yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it have some. You have to just, I mean, go through this and learn this, remember this. Only then you can write it in your exams. So there's nothing much to explain. But let's say if you want to answer this in your exam, so you can just simply create a class, and
Mm-hmm.
you can create an object from that class, and you can define it like that. See, this is the class, this is the blueprint, and I'm creating an object of that class. So it is a real world entity, and it have its own reference. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a real world entity, runtime entity. It have state and behavior, and it is an instance of a class. Okay, these are the definitions you can give. That's how you create an object using new operator. So hopefully these things um, we have gone through. This one, yeah. So we have. Let me check. Where is your notes, man? Yeah, there it is. Or not at this one. So these things covered. Let's go through method. So what are method? Method are the function. Okay, it's basically a behavior or a function. So this is your method. Okay, from this to this. So you know this, right?
Yes, sir.
So a function is called as methods. In Java, we don't say it function. We say this is a method.
Okay.
In C++, you call these functions.
Okay.
Yeah, so a class can contain many functions. It is in there, the logics are written, data is manipulated, and all the actions which are executed. So all these things are written inside a function or a method. Now, how do you compile? I think you know this Java C, sample Java, sample.java, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we have identifiers. That's, I mean, you have to go through it all. Then we'll just go through the brief overviews. So, what is Java identifier?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, honestly.
Underscore all these things they are
Don't
saying
remember
is
name.
mm,
Yeah, so identifiers are the names used for classes, variables, and methods. So I think this we already covered in naming convention.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so how a method should be written. So this is not a good way to write a method name. You can obviously not write it as a negative salary or write it like this. You can write it like this because it's a legal identifiers, age, these are legal. Yeah, so you should
Mhm.
follow the camel case, Pascal case, and other conventions as you like. And for the enums, you have to use uppercase everything. For all the constants, you can use uppercase letters. So yeah, these
Yeah.
identifiers is just your convention that you need to follow.
Okay.
Then you have Java modifiers. So you have access modifiers and you have non-access modifiers. So you have two types of it. So access are one without anything, so that's a default one. Public,
Mhm.
protected, private. Okay, cool. So public, everyone can access you. Protected, if you extend, if you inherit some class, and if it is protected, then you can use that. Private, if it is private, it can only be used inside that class only. Non-access, in this you have final, abstract, and strict FP. This is My first time seeing this is strict FP. I don't know what it is.
It must be old version of Java.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I mean, it could be something from the new version also,
Yeah.
but definitely not new because you're not.
Yeah, if it was new, you'd be knowing because you use
No,
the
no, no,
Java or
no.
whatever.
It's not. That's not the case
Oh.
because even now, everybody, well,
Hmm.
mostly people use Java 8, and now the Java version is 21 or maybe 24. I don't remember, but yeah. But yeah, mostly enterprises, they for now they are just using the older versions, so that because the older versions are stable, right? They don't have
Uh-huh.
any flaws.
They are already like checked and
Yeah,
tested so many
yeah,
times.
correct. So they use the older versions mostly. Now there are two data types, primitive and non-primitive. So primitive, I know these, like Boolean character, byte, short, int, long, float, double. So these are your primitive. And in non-primitive, you have the classes. For example, your string class, array class, and these things. Okay. These are your data types, so primitive, non-primitive. So that's cool. We can go, and I hope byte you know how to use. You don't have to remember it because you know byte dot
Hmm.
max value, min value, right?
Yeah.
All caps. And in short, also you don't have to remember all this. If it comes in your exam, you can say the min value is short dot capital MIN underscore value. So that will be your min value. And for the max value, you can write short dot max underscore value. So you can say it like that. You don't have to particularly remember these numbers. You're
The
not,
max and the min should be capital letter, right, sir?
yeah, it should be, wait, let me tell you. For example, byte dot max value.
Hmm. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
this, I don't know, I class
For
expression.
all, byte, short, whatever.
Maybe B should be capital. Yeah, so B should be capital, and then we can just write it like this. So yeah, we got our max value, and similarly byte dot min value you can get. So see, you can see here, right? Max value is
Yeah.
127, min value negative 120. Yeah, the only thing you have
Mm,
to do is you have to write the I, or the first letter should be capital in this case. Dot max value integer dot min value. So you see this is the min value. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but the small definition you can always remember that bit. So byte data is an 8-bit signed two's complement integer. You definitely not remember this. Even I don't. Short is 16-bit signed.
Too much information.
Yeah. So 8-bit, 16-bit. You can remember it like this. So byte is 8, short is 16, and integer is 32, long is 64. This is you can remember. Float is 32-bit, IEEE 754 floating point, and default value is 0.0f. For this case, 0L, and rest of it's all 0. And in double, you have 0.0D, and it is 64-bit IEEE 754 floating point. For Boolean, it can only store true or false. And for character, it's a 16-bit Unicode character. Okay, crazy. Literals. Literals can be assigned to any primitive type. Um, I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, but fixed value. Leave it, man. Yeah. So this is new, something new, which I didn't told you. But yeah, this is the
Mm-hmm.
escape character. Okay. What is backslash n? So this is an escape character. Suppose you have your main class, right? Let's comment this out. Let's write out. Let's write hi. My name is Vishan. Okay, and you're running this file. You'll get an output that yes, hi, my name is Zishan. See, but
Yeah.
let's say if you want your Zishan to be printed on the next line, then what you can do? So there are multiple ways. For example, let's say you create it like this, and
Uh-huh.
then you created this again. You say Zishan, so this will also work.
Uh-huh.
You see, it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's say you just want to create one system dot out. You don't want to create another one. So in that case,
Mm-hmm.
you can say backslash n. You can say
Uh, slash n.
yeah.
Okay.
So this will go to the next line. See, that's what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So it's a escape character. And
Escape.
for yeah, escape sequence or character, whatever you can say. So
Okay.
supports queue special escape sequence for string. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Suppose you have double quotes here, right?
Yeah.
And you want to print double quotes inside this also. Let's say you want to print Jishan in double quotes, okay? But it is
Okay.
giving you error. Now, why it is giving you error? Because this double quote will complete this statement, right? Now, what after that? What after this? Right? Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? If you
Yes.
start a
Yes.
double
Yes.
quote, if you finish a double quote, then this is complete. And
Yeah.
after that, everything is irrelevant. That's why it's showing
Yeah.
error. Or it says cannot resolve. It, is it a variable or what? Because if you say plus, then it can become a variable. Plus, it is a variable now. But that's not how we want it. So, I mean, in that case, suppose if you want to create a double quote inside it, in that case, you have to write it like this slash slash. And now you'll get the double quotes. See? So you can print the double quotes also. Clear?
Okay. By putting this do slash
Yeah, but
before.
just by putting a slash, you can print double quote. But now let's say you want to print slash n, okay? You want to print slash n.
Uh-huh.
Hi, my name is Sad. So, but what it is doing, it is going to the next line, okay? We
Yeah.
don't want that. We want to print this. We want to print this slash n. How will we do that?
Like the same slash n.
Let's try this.
No, and then another slash after the n.
It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, it
Oh.
worked because this slash will
Oh.
say that this is not a slash which is inside this. I mean, this is
Okay, it will
also a
declare
line.
that
Next line.
the incoming after this is not a next
Yeah,
line, it is a thing to be printed.
yeah. So you can
Okay.
print backslash n as well, and that's how it works. So these are what your escape sequence. Escape sequence. Okay, so that you can print something like this in your console.
Okay.
Hope it is clear now. Clear?
Yes, sir. Very much.
Okay, cool. And then we have Java variable example. So here we have a main function, some variables, and we are adding two numbers and we are storing it inside a variable and we are printing it. So adding a two number is clear, right? This is how you can add two numbers and store it
Okay.
inside another variable and you can print the another variable. Please.
This code they ask, I think.
Huh?
This code they ask in the exam.
Yeah, they can, but it's a very simple one.
Sometimes they ask it in the first unit, now for 2 marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any issue with this one or it's good?
No, no, no. It's good, sir. This we've been learning. This is like basic.
Yeah, exactly. Now what is widening? So I think we have gone through the widening and narrowing conversions, right?
Yeah.
We have a Jira ticket as well for that one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Unicode system, nobody will ask. Leave it. Java tokens. Can you read that out loud?
Java tokens is the smallest individual building block or smallest unit of a Java program. It is used by the Java compiler for constructing expressions and statements. Java program of is collection different types of huh? Java program is collection different types of tokens, comments, and white spaces. Okay, sir, that sentence is I think wrong grammar, but okay.
Even I could
Uh,
copy.
Java Java supports 5 types of tokens. Reserve keyword. One second. Reserve keyword, identifiers, literals, operators, separators.
Yeah, that's fine.
Java
These are your
token.
reserved keywords. Just go through it.
Okay,
Go through everything.
okay. Boolean catch. Oh, these ones you cannot use as a variable name, right?
Yeah,
Okay. That's why the time interfaces you said.
yeah, correct.
Wait, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Yes.
Now read it. Read the
A
variables.
variable is a name of reserved area allocated in memory. In other words, it is a name of memory location. It is a combination of vary plus able. Ah, that means it is value can be changed. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, variable. It is able to vary. There are 3 types of variable, local,
Whatever
instance,
you
and
want to change
static.
this. So basically, it will hold some value.
Uh-huh. And we can change it.
Yeah.
Local, instant, and static. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So let's go through this.
Okay, type of variable, local, instant. Local variable? One second. I'm even writing some things because later I don't know when I'll
I told
sit
you
like
about the
this.
scope, right?
Yes.
So if you create your variable inside a function or a method, it will be a local
Uh-huh.
variable. But if you create that
Okay.
variable inside a class, then that variable will be global. So you can use it anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a one more concept which is global variable. You can use it anywhere
Okay.
inside a class. Yeah. Read a bit.
And The local variable which is declared inside method is called local variable. Okay, only in method. Only in method. And instance variable, a variable which is declared inside the class but outside the method, is called instance variable. It is not declared as static. A static variable is a variable that is declared as static is declared as static is called a static variable. It cannot be local. We'll have detailed learning next chapters. Okay. Yeah, sir.
So did you understand?
The static part I didn't understand, sir.
If you create it as a static,
Uh-huh.
you can use it inside your class anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told you about the static thing in class, right? So let's
Yeah.
say if you have a class and you create
Okay.
an attribute or a variable using static, then you don't
Uh-huh.
have to create an object of that class to access that variable. You can directly access that variable.
Without creating
Yeah, just by using the class name dot variable, you can directly access it.
okay.
Let me give you an example real
Mm-hmm.
quick. Suppose this is your main class, right?
Yeah.
And you have your int a is equals to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now your vehicle class, right? You want to use that a. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say you want to use that a in your issue loan function. Okay. Can you
Okay.
directly write a is equals to? Can you modify it like a is equals to 6? You can't. So for that, you need to first create an object of main, right?
Main. Uh-huh.
Main. Let's say main is equals to new main. So you created the object, but
Uh-huh.
still you're not able to use a, even though you created the object. So you need to
Okay.
access it like main dot a. Okay.
Okay.
You have to access it like this. But let's say if you created it static. So in that case, you don't really have to create this object, and you can directly call just by main dot a. So you see now it's working.
Where did you put the static, sir?
I put the static in the before the variable,
Main. Okay, okay, before the variable. Okay, okay,
right?
okay.
So does this make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
now we don't have to create any object to access that a. We can directly access that a. Cool.
Yes, sir.
We have two different classes, but we used that a inside another class without even creating the object. So that's what your static variable is. So variable that is static is called static variable, cannot be local. Okay, cool. Now go through these operators and let me know if you have any issues.
No, no, sir. This one I'm good with it. Operators, symbols, unary, arithmetic, shift, relational, bitwise, logical, yeah, ternary, assignment. Yeah,
You
I'm
good?
good with those, sir.
Okay, cool. Can you go through this if else statement?
Yeah, the Java if-else statement is used to test the condition. It checks Boolean condition, true or false. There are various types of statements in Java. If, if else, if else ladder, nested if statement. Okay, 1 second. If else. Sir, I'm even writing. That's why
What happened?
I'm even writing some points. That's why sometimes I'm like, 1 second,
Yeah,
one
that's fine.
second.
That's fine.
Okay, so Java if statement. The Java if statement tests the condition, execute if the block condition is true. The following is the syntax. If condition code to be executed, that's it. Public class example. If k is greater than 8, print. Okay. So first you made the class example, and then public static void main string. Sir,
Yeah.
what is this public static void main string part specifically called? Like, well, first we made a class called example,
This is the main
and then
function. Yeah. This is the main
uh-huh.
block of your code where everything
Okay,
starts getting executed.
all right. So after that we made integer k is 35. If the k is greater than 18, it will print out hello. That's it. So if is very simple. If else is when the problem is coming now. Next, sir.
Then,
Yeah, next. If else, the if else statement checks the condition, it if the block is true. Otherwise, else block is executed. So yeah, if condition, code if true, close the bracket, else, open bracket, code if condition is false. That's it. The example, okay, n is 23. Okay, if number is divisible by 2, okay,
they said
even.
if you divide it by 2, what reminder you will get. If the
Yeah, if
reminder
it
after dividing the number
is
is
0,
0, then it's an even, else it's an odd.
yeah,
Cool.
yes.
Now we have the ladder. If,
Mm.
else, if, else, if.
Okay, this one be the wahala, the problem. The if else ladder statement executes one condition for multiple states. If code to be is if is true, else if code to be if condition 2 is true. Else if just else if how many even you want and then last else. So if there are four possibilities, they must have three condition and the last one in will be the else. Right?
Yeah. Let's say
Okay.
this is example. Just go through
Uh
that.
okay. The marks 70. If the marks is less than 40, fail. Okay. Else if the marks is greater than 40 and less than 50, D grade. Okay. Else if the marks is greater than 50 and less than 60, C. Again, close the bracket. Else if marks is greater than 60 or equals to 60, okay, B grade. And then the last A grade, else invalid. Okay. Invalid means what, sir?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just printing that. Yeah, you got the invalid grade. Doesn't belong anywhere.
Okay.
Because you can't score more than 100, right?
Yeah,
And you can't score less than 0. I mean,
that will be invalid.
yeah, okay. So now we have switch statement. Have you ever gone through this?
No, I just wrote it for the exam. I used to study it for the exam. So yeah.
Let's go through it again. We'll write the
Okay.
code later, maybe.
So
Just read.
switch statement in Java executes one statement from multiple conditions. It is like if else later statement. One second. Switch statement. Switch statement in Java execute one statement from multiple conditions. It is like if else ladder statement. Okay. Switch expression one, case value one, break case value two. Oh, this one break. I think I remember
Yeah, correct.
this. इधर उधर देखा था. Code to be executed if all cases are not met.
This is the default
Okay.
one. Let's say this is your example.
Okay.
Let's say you have k is equals to 20 and you want to print something, right? But it's a value.
Uh,
So you'll say switch, and inside that you have an expression or condition. What do we have? Expression. So let's say
okay.
k, let's say it is a 20, and we'll put some cases. If it is a 10, then it will print 10, and we will do the break. If it is a
Okay.
20, we'll print the 20 and we'll do a break. If
Mm-hmm.
it is 30, we'll do 30. So this is a classic example. Let me just quickly copy it. Oh, I can't copy. Let me write it, okay? So we have few things to learn here. Let's
Okay.
do this.
All
Go to our
right.
main function and write something. Okay. Let's say int k is equals to, or maybe you can say expression is equals to 20, and you are using the switch statement, and you are adding expression here. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. The switch we need to use curly brackets, and if now if the condition. So what do we say? Do we say if here? No, we say case. Okay. And after case, we need to write the value. Let's say if we have 10. So in that case, we will print the value as what? That yes, it's a 10. And then we will break it, right?
Yeah.
And let's say if you want to create for case 20, okay, and then we use that. So it's 20. And then you have to break it. Let's say you create a case for 30, and it prints out, and you say it's a 30. You break it. And let's say if you have none of this, if you have a default, then you'll print a value. Say it's default one. Then you can run it. I mean, yeah. Let's run it. Let's say what we get in output. So we'll get a 20. Okay. Now, what if we give it 50? So it will run the default value, right? So it says it's a default value. And let's print out the value, and we can say plus expression, and it will print out the value. It's a default value, which is 50. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Now the main question is, what are these break stuff? Like, what is this? Let's say, let's remove this from here. Let's remove this. Let's remove this as well. Okay. And let me write 20. So what should it print?
In 20.
Yeah. If we have expression and we removed all the break, then what it will print?
Where is the expression? 20.
Yeah.
It will print 20.
It's a 20. Let's see.
Yeah,
So what is it printing? So it is printing that
20, sir.
yeah. So it's a 20 because this condition is passed. So it's a
Okay.
20. But after
Mhm.
that, it is printing this as well. It's a 30. And this as well. It's a 20. So what is happening here? This doesn't seem right, okay?
Yeah, I think because it is printing 20 because in the start you have stated
But it should
the
print 10
expression.
also, right?
No, but 20 is less than 10, nah. I mean, it's greater than 10.
Okay, let's say
Uh,
here we have 40.
let's
Okay.
see 40.
Okay. Again, we are having 20,
Hey,
30, and it's the default value 20. So
sir, it's still 20 there, sir. It did change to 40.
what happened?
Oh, okay, 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 okay. No, no, no. Got it.
So, so I just wanted to go through this because there's a learning curve here that you need to learn a few things you can get to learn
Okay.
from the switch statements. to the fact that whenever your case is true, okay, whenever you
Okay.
got your case, yeah, we got our what we wanted to get, then it will execute this, okay, but it will not stop here because we didn't give it break, okay. It will
Okay.
not stop here, it will not go out of this switch statement, and it will,
Oh,
yeah,
because there's no break.
yeah, it will consider this as well as true. It will consider this also true and this also true. It will consider everything to be true. So suppose if we write break here, so
Mhm.
let's see what will happen in that case. In that case, we are getting the actual output. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's why we need a break after every statement. Okay,
Yeah.
we need a break. Cool.
Yes, sir.
So that's how that is what your switch. Okay, I hope now this makes sense. Now everything is clear.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
So this is not mentioned here. That's why I wanted to go. So this is an in-depth review of switch statement.
Okay.
So yeah, now go through this for loop.
The Java for loop is used to iterate a part of a program several times. If the number of iteration is fixed, it is recommended to use for loop. There are three types of for loops in Java: simple, for each, or enhanced for loop, and labeled for loop. Okay. I remember you taught me about this for loop.
Yeah, for now, let's talk about the simple for loop. So just go through this. So
Okay.
we have an initialization, we have a condition. After that, code will be executed and it will implemented and decremented. Then we'll check the condition again. So it will go in a loop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm trying to say that let me create a screenshot and tell you. So this is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say that first you see this is your initial condition, right?
Yeah.
First it will go from here to this. It will check your
Uh-huh.
condition. Okay.
Okay.
Then it will go to the statement, your execution statement. This. Then after this, it will go to this increment uh, statement. Okay. Then again, it will go
Okay.
to this one. Then again, it will go to this one. So it's a loop, right? Then again, you
Uh,
have you're here. Again, it will go to this one and go to this one. Then again, you will continue like this until it reaches the condition and the condition is met. Then you will get out of this loop. Okay.
okay. Yes, sir.
Let's say you want to get out of this loop before it reaches its condition. In that case, you need to use break statement. Just we did like in your switch, right?
Yeah.
So suppose we have this, let's remove all this. Okay, let's say we have for loop int I is equals to 0. We are starting from this and we are saying that less than 20 I plus plus. So it will run, this loop will run for 20 times. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say that I would just want to run it for 5 times, let's say. I just want it to
Run five
run
times.
for 5 times. In that case, what you can do, there are two things you can do. Either just decrease it to 5 and make it run
Or
for 5 times, or just create some
oh,
conditions inside your body. Okay. So let's say if I is equals to 5, okay, or maybe,
mhm.
yeah, if I is equals to 5, in that case, we need to break. Otherwise, we can
Okay.
simply print the value. So we can simply print the I. So let's see what will be the output. So you can see we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are getting five outputs, right? So it is running,
Yeah.
this loop is running for five times, and we are breaking that loop when we met a condition. So we can write multiple conditions, but this is the condition which we are currently. So this is the main condition. After that, we can create more conditions inside it. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So that's how we can use break statement. So I hope now break is clear to you that we can use it in a loop, and you can get out of that loop using break. Let's see. Um, you are using south here, and you're printing
Mhm.
2, and you're doing break here, and you're printing south here and printing 3. So you see, it's not working here. So this break is not working here because it's not inside any loop, right?
Mhm.
So it is not working because it's not inside any loop. It is used to get us out of loop. Okay, I hope this is clear now.
Yes,
The,
sir.
the break statement is clear, hopefully. What is your
Yes, sir.
input? Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
yeah.
this?
I'm okay about the break statement, sir.
And you okay about this, how this works? Like first,
Yeah, yeah, yes,
this
sir.
step will be done only one time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's say, let's try to create it again. Let's say we have an integer I is equals to 10. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to create a for loop. We say I is equals to 0, I less than 20, or maybe 30, I plus plus, and we are printing something. Okay, let's say we are printing I. So can you find out the error here?
Um, Sir, you're not supposed to print I like that.
Because we created I two times. So
Mm-hmm.
creating this two times is not allowed. We can only create a variable with a name only once. Okay. So we need to give it some other name. Let's say if you give it A, then it is working fine, right? Or what you can do, just don't write int here and it will work.
Yeah, now
Good?
better. Yeah.
Yeah, so we will here, this is the initialization step. If you don't have a variable already, then you have to write int, you have to create also and initialize it. If you have that variable already, then you just need to initialize it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Initialization step. Then we have our condition. Then we have our increment or decrement. Then we have our statement body. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can I take a 2 minute break? I
Yeah,
just want
sure.
to go wash.
Sure. I
Yes.
might.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, okay, sir. Sure, sure, sir. I'll just share it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mhm. Yeah, sir. Yeah, while studying for the exams. Kinda, yes. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Sir, can you hear me? Okay. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, sir. The ones with the rows and columns. So array the group of elements similar type. Like example, an array of maybe marks, scores. Then rows and columns. We have single dimensional and multiple dimensional. Multi-dimensional, sorry. 1:1, 2:1, 2:2, 2:3. Okay. Array group of elements of similar types occupying contiguous memory location. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Even I'm zoning out. Okay, sir. Yeah, single, double. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This keyword, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, try to go with it. All right, sir. Thank you.